On the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad.
Hello YouTube, it's Gajara here, and today we are going to stretch ourselves out beyond the Hasbro range. Today we are going to look at Halo from the Mattel 6-inch line, and we are looking at the Ghost with Elite Commander. And here we have the entire product, everything together. We're going to take a look at the packaging, so let's just raise up. Let us move the Ghost, and here is the packaging. Got a nice picture of Master Chief sitting there on the front. Got the Ghost with Elite Officer. Of course, your warnings and do not do this and that and the other things. And we've got up here we have product information, articulation, and adjustable seat. Nice big old Halo. Goodness gracious, it's a big box. Nice Halo title there. On the side of the box we have a picture of Master Chief, and boy, that is huge here. On the back we have the product shots. We have his removable armor, gun, product details coming down. We have nice image of the Ghost and of the Elite Officer. And on the other side we have the various other products available in the first wave. So we have Master Chief, we have Loke, we have Helio Scroll, we have the Airborne, we have Elite Zealot, and we have Linda. I do intend on collecting all of these very shortly. I know that I've got 3 or 4 of them on the way already. On the bottom of the package you have where it's from and all that good stuff. On the top you have the Halo logo and a nice window to look down inside. And although it's all torn up, this is basically how the package fits in. The Ghost sits right here. This is where the Elite Officer sits in. And that's it for the packaging. Really, did you all want to see that? Was that really a necessary part? And we're going to put the Ghost back in because that is what we are looking at here. And put this back in center. And of course in the packaging you also get the instructions. And it shows you how to place all the armor on the Elite Officer. Shows you how to attach the display stand. Yeah. On the back. How to place his weapons for storage, the display stand, the Ghost, how it goes on, how to seat the Elite figure inside or on top of or something, and of course it does also fit the Spartans. It's just a few adjustments needed. But let us take a look at the product here. We have the Ghost with the Elite Officer. We're going to remove the Officer. We'll take a look at him shortly. We want to look at the Ghost. The Ghost in the Halo franchise, I have to say the Ghost is my favorite vehicle. I love it. Now, the display stand does come off rather easily. Just remove it from the bottom like so. Nice tight fit. Hold on. There we go. Display stand out of the way. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Right now, let us take a look at the Ghost. And it's a nice, big, effing vehicle. I mean, just look at that. Nice metallic purples. You can see I've been messing with this a bit. There's fingerprints all over it. Nice tampographed Covenant insignias here, and I am moving my camera all over the place. There we go. Nice tampograph Covenant language. You do have control panel inside with radars and gauges and such. You have the control sticks right here, and they are articulated to go up and down. Got the thrust engines here on both sides, and they also pivot down and straight back. Along the back, got some nice blue and silvers. Purple cushion for the seat. And yes, it is a nice vehicle. The guns at the front are also articulated. They can go down, they can go up. It's on a ratchet joint. You can go down one click and go up one click. Nice detail paint inside. You could see the gun ports inside there. Nice silver and light gray on the front. And it is a very nice vehicle. I do like this vehicle a lot. Very nice for display. Nice for filming. Yes. Now to take a look at the display stand, I have noticed in some of the other reviews that they were talking about the front of the display actually swiveling back and forth. I found out that they had it on upside down. If put on properly, it fits into the groove very nice and secure, and it's not going anywhere. And that is nice clear display with what looks like small little flames coming out. I've heard some people say that they might paint it a nice translucent blue. I think I'm going to leave it alone. If I touch it up, I think the only thing I would touch up would be the Halos name sitting right there. Might want to paint that in a nice halo color, but I'm not certain that's what I want to do. And as I said, to display, you have 3 ports underneath, one under each wing and one right under the center of the main fuselage, and they just snap right in like so, and there you go. And it displays very nice. It's well balanced on there. It's not going anywhere. It is a nice piece. I'd like to see them do some more Halo vehicles like this in this scale. It would be really cool. I'm thinking along the lines of maybe a Banshee, probably a chopper would be really cool. I'm not so certain about the Wraith or the Scorpion. I think those two are going to be rather large and therefore rather expensive. One other piece of articulation on here. In order to fit the Spartan figures, the seat does slide forward on one click ratchet, closing it right up. For the Elites, you want it all the way back. For the Spartans, you want it all the way forward. At least that's what the instructions say. I will let you know when I get a Spartan. Take that out of the way. We're going to take a look at the Elite Officer in just a second here. I promise. Yes, the Elite Officer. And this is a nice figure. I like him. Definitely a Covenant Elite. And taking a look at the paint apps, the armor is painted in a purple. I've got a bit of a stress mark right here on his shoulder pauldron. But other than that, it's very nice. Some of the pieces are really loose, especially these gauntlets down here. These forearm guards are very loose. If you do not plan on doing swap outs with other elites, I do recommend gluing them in so that you do not lose them. But then that is up to you. Some people are going to want to do the swap outs. And he does have ports on the side of his thigh armor as well as on the back where you can store his weapons. We will take a look at that in a moment. All of these armor pieces are removable. They are connected by a post and port. See if I can see that right here. If not, we will bring it closer. There is a port right there on his wrist, and they're all over the body. And you just plug them in like so. I am not going through the arduous task of removing his armor because there's a lot of armor pieces to be removed and it becomes a pain in the butt. But let's take a look at what we can see of the elite. He's got a nice tattoo on his shoulders and down on his hands. Coming down. Nice metallic purple. It's a glittery purple mold on there, and I like that. It does give the armor a bit more of a metallic feel. The sucker's supposed to guard from anything. I did leave one of the pegs into the thigh there. Should I get some pistol weapons, I do want to use that. And we're going to remove the helmet. This I am going to remove because I want to take a look at that head. Take a look at that head sculpt there. And it is a very nice head sculpt. Some reds and whites for the teeth painted in there. I mean, this is just gorgeous. The head is on a swivel. A rather tight swivel, I should mention. But it does work. You can twist the skull all the way around, and it's also on a ball joint down at the lower neck, so you can get some side to side, up and down from there. Very nice. Shoulders are on a ball joint. They can do a full 360, can go out. Trying to remember if he has elbow swivel. That's where it's at, elbow swivel right here, and mine's rather squeaky, and it's also rather tight, kind of blocked by the back here. Got elbow up and down, wrist swivel. He's got the wrist in and out. I would have preferred that the wrist be up and down, put the joint up here so that they can go up and down. As it stands, his arm is in an always pointed down position, which means he cannot really point a gun. Oh, well. He does have a bicep swivel. Can get side to side, up and down, some wiggly waggly. He has ball jointed hips. Up that far, back that far. Not a whole lot of range of motion there, but that is due to the structure of the elite. He does have thigh swivel, knees. He's got some nice knee joints going here. And I swear, if I don't figure out how to stop moving the camera, knee does swivel. He's got foot articulation, although the armor does get in the way of it some. And some side to side as well, swivel, up and down. He does have all those. The armor does restrict a lot of that movement, but what are you going to do? Because you do want something that looks very accurate. Now, if my biggest complaint with these figures, believe it or not, is not the paint apps. I am not concerned about the paint apps. I think that's pretty cool. My concern is the armor pieces are very hard to put into place. I have had trouble putting armor where it's supposed to go, especially the helmet. The helmet is the hardest one to get into place, but once you get it in, it fits real nice. I do have another Elite, which I will be reviewing shortly, and already on his helmet, the post is already starting to stress because I cannot find where to put the post in the hole. I cannot line it up properly, so it just does not work as well. But yes, this is the Elite Officer. Now I am going to compare him to start off with a McFarlane Master Chief. And if you ask me, this scale is perfect. That's about the size of the scale as seen in the game. So it does work there. I am going to compare him to some 6-inch Star Wars figures. Only because at this point that's about all I really have for size comparison is the 6-inch Star Wars and McFarlane. And we are going to look at a McFarlane figure because we want to see how they compare. Now, of course, McFarlane does have the better paint apps. And the articulation, I've heard people complain about the articulation on the McFarlanes. I'm not so certain. I am one of those. I was quite happy with them. But I do like the Mattel version better for the armor swaps and the vehicles that they're trying to include. So that is it for the comparison shots at this time. And I did not look at the gun. I am so sorry, people. I forgot to show you the gun. The gun is a very nice sculpt. It is the Elite, the Covenant Battle Rifle. Very well molded. There we go. We got it in there. Very well molded. Nice paint apps. And I've got the peg in the back here. I already showed it. Connected to the back. We are going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. If you give me just a second, I'm going to put this in his hands. Getting the Elites armed up properly is a bit difficult because their fingers are so funky. So just give me a quick second here whilst I try to get that connected properly. And there we go. And that is me hitting the camera again. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about with his hand. His gun is pointing down at the ground. He cannot hold that in any realistic firing pose whatsoever. So that is probably a nitpicking on my part, but it is a valid nitpick in my opinion. What's the point of him holding his rifle if he can't put it in a firing position? And as you can see, folks, as I was stating already, his guard fell off right here on the camera. Give me just a second. I am going to see if I can find it. And I did find it, and it's sitting right here. And we are just going to put that right back on his wrist where it belongs. There we go. And yes, that is the Elite Officer. Now, they did say, so I'm going to have to bring the ghost back in order to fit the Elite Officer into his ghost, remove gun, you do need to remove this back piece armor here. Take it off his back, and like I said, post, port, just a very simple piece here, And we are going to sit him in his seat. The seat is already pulled back, so don't need to fight with that. And there he is sitting in the Ghost. So you do see how he looks there? It is a nice piece for display. I love it. This is definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 stars for me. There are some issues with articulation. There are some issues with the mold of the hands. So I can't really give it a full star for those. I got to give it a half. But it's 4.5 stars for me. Still, well worth the price. I mean, $20 at Walmart. I'm certain you could probably find these at other locations. Most of mine I'm getting off of Amazon.com. Excuse me. But I will also be checking out some of the other locations. Walmart. I do want to see what Big Bad Toy Store has on their website. See if they have any of these, yes or no. But I will keep you updated on that. So this is Gijaro with Nerdtopia reviewing the Halo 6-inch series from Mattel Ghost. And I am very happy with this. I think you need to go out and find it and add it to your collection. If you are a Halo fan, this is a must-have. This is Gijaro with Nerdtopia telling you have a good day. Let that inner child out. Let them play. Have fun. See you next time.